All right, let's move on now to exercise B. So we're still on lesson 4. And now we're going to preview vocabulary that we're going to read about when we get down to this article. So we've got first topic related words and then some academic words that are important to know. So let's look at the topic related words first. So it says these are terms used in the article. Do you know what they mean? And it suggests you use roots and affixes to help you. Well, what does that mean? We'll look at some examples. And you can also look for clues in the article. So we'll do that as well. So first of all, let's look at these words. We have obese, diabetes, initiatives, vaccinations, and outbreaks. Um, so what I want to focus on here is this idea of roots and affixes. So let's look at initiatives first. Um, so initiatives, to me, resembles some other words that you might be familiar with. So there is a verb to initiate, and you probably know it's a verb. You probably know the noun as well. Initiative, and it can have more than one meaning. Um, so we have the first meaning that has to do with, for example, taking initiative in your job means starting something without being asked. And here I'm kind of giving you the meaning of this root, initia, or initial, which can also be a word related to being first, right? So starting something new or doing something first is the meaning of this root. Um, I didn't look that up. That's just something I happen to know. So let's see. So to clarify the meaning of initiative, I might go through the article and try to see it in context. So in this version here, you can see the words underlined that are part of these topic related words. So we have obese here, diabetes here, and this is a good time for you to pause and go through your book, your hard copy of the book, and underline these topic related words for yourself. Um, After you've done that, you will find that the word initiatives is here, vaccinations is here, and outbreaks over here. So here we have initiatives. The sentence is, these two initiatives, the farmers market and the community gardens, have encouraged people in Brownsville to eat more fruits and vegetables. Well, there we go. I get two examples of initiatives, farmers markets, or a farmers market and community gardens. And these are things that the city did or the city built. And if we skim and scan through the article, we can find that context to understand that here it's when the city starts a new program, or the city starts a new campaign, or the city starts something new. And in this case, all these initiatives are related to promoting health and well-being. So that helps us get to the definition of initiative that we probably want to use in this case. Here we're talking about a new, for example, government program, or something that is started as something new. There's another definition you'll often hear at work. For example, employers like employees who take initiative. To take initiative means to uh, doing something without being asked. So sometimes instead of checking with a manager or something like that, you might just go ahead and do something on the job that you see that needs to be done. Okay, vaccinations. Similar to vaccines, both of these words are nouns. They are things, and you probably know what they are, know what it means. But just to double check, again, let's go through the text. I think it was on the other page here where I saw vaccinations. And this can help confirm based on the context that we have the right meaning. So here it says, people, sorry, let me move this 2-bar. People can get free flu shots and other vaccinations there. Well, there you go. So it's showing flu shots is related to vaccinations, and we might infer that shots have the same meaning as vaccinations or vaccines. And I will tell you that that would be a correct inference. So we can see that root, and that can help us. Now, the reason I'm on screen right now is because I wanted to talk about the meaning of outbreaks, again, using the roots and affixes. So the root, we have break, and the word is outbreak. So let's change the color here, and you can see outbreak is like a compound word. Kind of interesting because we have a lot of other combinations of these words that have related meanings. So what's an outbreak? Um, so first of all, I want to show you how I think of it. So just if you look at my screen, you look at my video, I'm seeing out, meaning not in, but out, right? And then break, you can think about a glass window breaking. Now, I'm in a shared space, that's why I'm wearing a mask. And here's a glass window. I'm not going to break it. That wouldn't be very nice to my friend whose house I'm in. But if you get the idea, if I punched this glass or broke it and the glass flew out this way, that would be the idea of an outbreak, is that it's something starting and then spreading out. Okay, so I want you to have that visualization, an outbreak. Now here in the article, we have, again, context to support this meaning. I want to go down to the article and find the place where it talks on the next page about an outbreak. It says, Brownsville communicates news of any disease outbreaks on TV and the radio. I'll read that again. Brownsville communicates news of any disease outbreaks on TV and the radio. Well, here we have it paired with disease. So this is a common collocation or a phrase, words that often go together, disease outbreaks or outbreak of disease. So for example, the coronavirus is a great example of an outbreak, a disease outbreak that became a pandemic, an epidemic or a pandemic. So it started small, but then it got bigger, and then it rose to this huge level of a pandemic. Okay, so those are the topic-related words that we were asked to look at. Take some time to think about those if you have any other questions or thoughts about them. And then we'll go on to the academic words. It says, discuss the meaning of the bolded words in the article. Use context to help you. After reading the article, add any words you learned to your study log. Now we're running a little short on time here, so I'll create a separate video to talk about the word study log. But the academic words are important ones that you're probably going to see in other places as well, and you should be sure that you know. So physical, in this case talking about physical fitness. Just as an example, again, if we read the sentence, to combat obesity, the board promoted physical fitness. So we know obesity related to obese has to do with weight, being overweight, and the health problems that that causes. And we're talking about combating that. So fighting against obesity, the board promoted physical fitness. So what do you think physical means? And what's an antonym that's related to this word? We've talked about this a little bit already. We might talk about physical health and well-being. We might also talk about mental health on the other hand. So physical having to do with the body, the concrete body. So I want you to go through and see if you can form definitions for these words, maybe using synonyms and antonyms, and reading the sentences around them to try to understand what they mean. And we'll do a quick comprehension check about that.